Foreign language quotes are more than just beautiful expressions. They're windows into the soul of a culture. When we encounter a proverb or saying in its original language, we're not just reading words, we're glimpsing an entire worldview shaped by centuries of history, values, and shared experiences. Think about it. Have you ever tried to translate an idiom from your native language only to find it loses its magic in translation? That's because language isn't just a tool for communication. It's a vessel carrying cultural DNA. As Federico Fellini, the renowned Italian filmmaker, once said, "A different language is a different vision of life." This profound observation captures the essence of what we're exploring today, that each language offers a unique lens through which its speakers perceive and interpret the world around them. The philosopher Ludwig Wittgenstein took this concept even further when he stated, "The limits of my language mean the limits of my world." This suggests that our very thoughts and perceptions are shaped by the vocabulary and conceptual frameworks available in our languages, the words we have access to determine what we can think about, understand, and express. This is why multilingualism is so transformative. There's a Czech proverb that says, "Learn a new language and get a new soul." It's not just about acquiring new words, it's about gaining access to entirely new ways of experiencing reality. Another Czech saying expands on this. Those who know many languages live as many lives as the languages they know. Each language doesn't just add to your skills, it multiplies your perspectives. Even Charlemagne, the 8th century ruler of the Frankish Empire, recognized this when he said, "To have another language is to possess a second soul." The value of linguistic diversity has been acknowledged for centuries across cultures worldwide. Let's explore how different languages express wisdom through their unique proverbs and sayings, starting with Spanish. Spanish expressions often reflect cultural values centered around family, resilience, truth, and emotional depth. Take the seemingly simple phrase, "El amor nunca termina," love never ends. While straightforward in translation, this expression encapsulates deep cultural values around the permanence and power of love, expressing profound emotion with remarkable economy. Or consider "La verdad tiene pies descalzos." Literally, truth has bare feet. This metaphorical expression suggests that truth is simple and unadorned. It doesn't need embellishment. It reflects cultural values of authenticity and straightforwardness that run deep in Spanish-speaking societies. Spanish wisdom about adversity appears in sayings like, "No hay mal que bien no venga." There's no bad that doesn't bring good. Similar to the English, "Every cloud has a silver lining," this proverb reflects cultural optimism and resilience in the face of difficulties. The importance of social connections in Spanish culture emerges in proverbs like, "Dime con quien andas y te diré quién eres." Tell me who you walk with, and I'll tell you who you are. This emphasizes how our relationships shape our identity, reflecting the collectivist aspects of many Spanish-speaking cultures. Moving to Russian, we find proverbs that often emphasize perseverance, practicality, caution, and the complex nature of human relationships. The Russian saying, "Без труда не вытащишь и рыбку из пруда" translates to, "Without effort, you can't even pull a fish out of the pond." This emphasizes the necessity of hard work for any achievement, reflecting cultural values around diligence and effort. Russian attitudes toward risk appear in expressions like, "Кто не рискует, тот не пьет шампанского." He who doesn't take risks doesn't drink champagne. Similar to "nothing ventured, nothing gained." This saying encourages calculated risk-taking while acknowledging that rewards come with courage. The value of true friendship is captured in the Russian proverb, "Drug познается в беде," a friend is known in trouble. This equivalent to "a friend in need is a friend indeed" highlights the cultural importance placed on loyalty and friendship, proven through difficult times. Russian philosophical outlook appears in sayings like, "Нет худа без добра," there's no bad without good. This expression of cautious optimism reflects the Russian cultural tendency to find meaning in suffering and to expect that difficulties often bring unexpected benefits. Chinese proverbs, known as zhenyu, often emphasize perseverance, continuous improvement, and the connection between effort and result. Perhaps one of the most famous is "Tianli zhixing shi yu zu xia," A journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. Attributed to philosopher Lao Tzu in the Tao Te Ching, this proverb emphasizes the importance of beginning and taking the first action, however small, toward any major goal. The Chinese cultural emphasis on education appears in sayings like "Shiru ni sui shou, buzin zin cui." Learning is like rowing against the current. Not to advance is to drop back. This captures the cultural value placed on continuous self-improvement, suggesting that stagnation inevitably leads to regression. Chinese wisdom about gradual development emerges in proverbs like "Bingdong Sanshi, Fei Eater Jihan, Fei Rihan." 3 feet of ice is not formed by a single day of cold. This reflects the understanding that significant achievements or problems develop gradually rather than suddenly, emphasizing patience and persistence. Arabic proverbs reflect cultural values of hospitality, faith, wisdom, and personal conduct. Consider "Ettak shara man ahsanta ilayhi, itaki shara man ahsanta ilayhi." Beware the evil of one whom you have treated well. This cautionary proverb reflects cultural wisdom about human nature and ingratitude, warning against naivety in relationships. The Arabic emphasis on early education appears in "Al-ilm fi as-saghar kan-naqsh fi al-hajar." Learning in youth is like carving in stone. This expression emphasizes that knowledge acquired in childhood becomes deeply ingrained and permanent, like an inscription in stone. Arabic wisdom about language and peace emerges in "Ta'allam lisan qawm ta'man sharhum." Learn a language and you'll avoid a war. This saying highlights the role of language in preventing conflict through mutual understanding, reflecting values of peace and diplomacy. Latin quotes continue to resonate across cultures due to their precision and timeless wisdom. Verba volant, scripta manent, spoken words fly away, written words remain, emphasizes the permanence of written communication compared to spoken words, a recognition of the power of documentation that remains relevant in our digital age. The Latin expression "per aspera ad astra," through hardships to the stars, encapsulates classical values of perseverance and the nobility of struggling toward lofty goals. This phrase continues to inspire people worldwide, appearing in everything from school mottos to space mission patches. Another enduring Latin phrase is "mens sana in corpore sano," a healthy mind in a healthy body. Originally from Roman poet Juvenal's satires, this phrase reflects classical ideals of balance and the interconnection between physical and mental well-being that remains central to modern wellness philosophies. Japanese proverbs often reflect values of perseverance, natural harmony, and social awareness. The saying "Titimbi eiki, nanakorobi yaoki," fall 7 times, stand up 8, embodies the Japanese cultural value of resilience and persistence in the face of repeated setbacks. Japanese wisdom about expertise appears in "Nenmo ki kara ochiru," even monkeys fall from trees. This acknowledges that even experts make mistakes, reflecting cultural recognition of human fallibility regardless of skill level. The traditional Japanese emphasis on conformity emerges in "Turuku wa utareru." The nail that sticks out gets hammered down. This proverb reflects cultural emphasis on harmony and the social consequences of standing out too prominently, though modern Japanese society continues to evolve in its relationship with individualism. French expressions often combine elegance with philosophical depth. Petit à petit, l'oiseau fait son nid. Little by little, the bird builds its nest. Celebrates gradual, steady progress rather than dramatic leaps, reflecting cultural values of patience and thoroughness. French wisdom about effort and reward appears in "Il faut casser le noyau pour avoir l'amande." You have to break the shell to have the almond. Similar to "no pain, no gain," this expression acknowledges that valuable outcomes often require difficult processes. The Quebecois French saying, "Avec une langue, on peut aller à Rome." With a language, you can go to Rome, emphasizes how language acquisition opens doors to travel, opportunity, and cultural exchange. What's fascinating is how certain universal themes emerge across these diverse cultural expressions. Take resilience and perseverance. We find remarkably similar encouragements across languages. Spanish gives us "No hay mal que por bien no venga." There's no bad that doesn't bring good. Russian offers "Niet hude bez dobra," there's no bad without good. Japanese provides "Chikombi ak," fall 7 times, stand up 8. Chinese wisdom tells us "Sungji mu duan, sui di shi chuan," constant dripping wears away a stone. Despite different metaphors and expressions, cultures worldwide recognize the human need for resilience and hope in difficult circumstances. Similarly, multiple cultures emphasize language acquisition and knowledge as transformative. Fellini's Italian wisdom tells us, "A different language is a different vision of life." Czech proverbs say, "Learn a new language and get a new soul." Turkish wisdom suggests one who speaks only one language is one person, but one who speaks 2 languages is 2 people. Arabic proverbs advise, "Learn a language and you'll avoid a war." This universal recognition of language's power transcends geographic and cultural boundaries, suggesting a shared human understanding of how profoundly language shapes our experience. Human relationships receive special attention in proverbs worldwide. Russian wisdom tells us, "Drug poznayotся v bide." A friend is known in trouble. Spanish proverbs say, "Dime con quien andas y te diré quién eres." Tell me who you walk with, and I'll tell you who you are. Chinese expressions remind us, "Huantnan denqing." Misfortune tests the sincerity of friends. These expressions reveal cultural commonalities in how we value authentic relationships tested through difficulties. The translation of quotes and proverbs presents special challenges. Many expressions make little sense when translated literally. The Russian "Kto nie riskuje, tot nie pьет шампанского" literally means "he who doesn't take risks doesn't drink champagne," but functionally means "nothing ventured, nothing gained." The Chinese "Yun sui si yuan" literally translates as "when you drink the water, remember the spring as the source," but culturally means "remember where your blessings come from." Many expressions use rhyme, alliteration, or wordplay that doesn't survive translation. The Spanish "Dime con quien andas y te diré quién eres" has a rhythmic quality lost in the English "Tell me who you walk with, and I'll tell you who you are." The German "Übung macht den Meister," literally "practice makes the master," loses its alliterative quality when translated to "practice makes perfect." Foreign language quotes offer more than linguistic curiosities. They provide portals into different cultural worldviews, values, and histories. The remarkable similarity of certain themes across disparate cultures highlights our shared humanity, while unique expressions reveal distinctive cultural perspectives. Understanding quotes in their original languages allows us to appreciate cultural nuances lost in translation, recognize how language shapes thought and perception, discover universal human values expressed through culture-specific lenses, and preserve cultural heritage embedded in linguistic expressions. As Nelson Mandela, who spoke Xhosa among other languages, wisely observed, "If you talk to a man in a language he understands, that goes to his head. If you talk to him in his language, that goes to his heart." This profound insight captures why foreign language quotes matter. They connect us heart to heart across cultural divides, revealing both our differences and our common humanity. In a world that sometimes seems increasingly divided, perhaps there's no better bridge between cultures than taking the time to understand each other's languages, not just the words, but the wisdom, values, and worldviews they contain. Each proverb, saying, or quote is like a small window into another way of seeing the world. And the more windows we look through, the richer and more complete our own perspective becomes. So next time you encounter a saying in another language, don't just seek the quickest translation. Take a moment to explore the cultural context, the literal meaning, and the values it represents. You might just discover not only a new way of expressing an idea, but a new way of seeing the world itself.